Hey my friends, this is Sylvie Curry, Lady of Q, and I am in my kitchen. Yeah, I've been away for a couple of weeks, I was on vacation, so I haven't been able to do some videos, but I'm back. Today, I'm going to be doing pickled pig feet. I got the idea for this during my recent vacation, and we had some, and it's like, oh, this is interesting, I know I can do this too. So I headed on down to the Asian market, found some pig feet, and I cleaned them all up, and I'm going to get ready to prepare pickled pig feet for you. Join me, Sylvie Curry, Lady of Q, in my kitchen. These are the ingredients that are going to be used to make these pickled pig feet. First off, I'm going to start off with, I've got a little bit more than 4 pounds of pig feet, and these have been sliced in half by the butcher, and I purchased them this way. I've washed, rinsed, washed, rinsed, washed, rinsed, washed, rinsed, and washed again and rinsed these pig feet. They were also soaked for about 2.5 hours before going through the rinsing cycle, just to get all the debris and things like that off and all the shedding stuff from when the butcher cut them in half. I've got a little bit more than 1.5 cups of water, about 1.5 cups of vinegar. So my ratio is about 1:1 vinegar to water, and this is a 5% acidity vinegar. I've got a whole head of garlic cloves that have been cut in half. This is about 3 or 4 bay leaves, about 3 cloves. I've got a little bit of carrots. I just had these in the refrigerator, got them soaking in some water. And so I'm going to add that. I've got 2 medium onions sliced. And some of my pickling spices here include allspice, that's about 1 tablespoon, black peppercorns, about 1 tablespoon, coriander, about 1/2 tablespoon, seeds. I've got some mustard seeds rather for this one, and this is the coriander. That's about 1/2 tablespoon. I've got about 1.5 inches of ginger that's been sliced. I've got 1 tablespoon of red pepper flakes. I've got 2 tablespoons of salt, and I've got 1 tablespoon of red pepper flakes. Now, any of these ingredients can be varied depending upon what you like and what you want. For example, instead of using the red pepper flakes, you could put in whole red peppers, cayenne, any kind of serrano, any type that you want. And instead of using, say, allspice, you can leave that out. I've got black pepper, you can leave that out. Garlic, if you don't like it, leave it out. It's up to you. You do you. I'm going to start this process first by getting my pig feet blanched or boiled. I'm going to boil them about 10 minutes, take off the scum, and then put them back in and cook them until they're bite through. I don't want them falling off the bone, but I do want them bite through so that once they're pickled, they're easy to eat. I've got my clean pig feet in the water. I'm going to bring that up to a boil, lower it a little bit, and let it go for about 10-15 minutes, just until a lot of the scum comes on there. Then I'll remove the scum, rinse them, put them back into some more clean water, and do the cooking process until they're tender. I'm going to now combine my ingredients to make my pickle brine. I'm going to add the water, the vinegar, we'll put in the garlic, the cloves, and the bay leaves. Put in the red pepper flakes, coriander, mustard seed, black peppercorns, allspice, ginger, the red pepper flakes, and the salt. And we're going to mix that all up. Finger works well. And we're going to simmer this so that those flavors can meld. and it'll give us a chance for this liquid to cool before we add it to the cooked pig feet. I've got my pickle brining solution over medium heat. I'm going to bring that up to a simmer and let it go for maybe a half hour or so, and it'll be simmering while my pig feet are cooking. One of the things that I brought in to bring attention to you is I did put red pepper flakes in here in addition to a ground red pepper, or coarse ground red pepper. And what I wanted to do is get my liquid to be a little bit reddish in color so that when I pickle the pig feet, they'll have a little bit of a reddish color to them. And that's just a fond remembrance of the way the pig feet used to look in the big jars in the little corner stores that we went to as kids. You see the scum that's come to the top? This is an indication for me. I'm going to remove this water, drain it, rinse off the pig feet again, then add more water. Before I drain it, I'm actually going to remove some of the scum so that it doesn't get on the pig feet and make a little bit more work for me to wash them off. I'm adding more water to the pot. I'm going to move it back here to the flame. Turn it back up a little bit. And then we're going to add our blanched pig feet. So they can go through their cook time to get them tender. In addition, I didn't mention it before, but I'm going to add about, a couple of, maybe a tablespoon of salt. And we'll let that come back up to a boil. And reduce the heat and then let it simmer. This is about a half hour into the cook. My pig feet have been cooking for about an hour, and they are toothpick ready. Remember I said I did not want them falling on the bone. I wanted them to have some texture to them for gnawing purposes. And I think I'm at that point. Well, actually, I know I'm at that point. So we're going to take them out, do some multiple rinsings. And the reason for doing multiple more rinsings is because a lot of the water that's in here now has a lot of collagen, and it will be sticky. We don't want it sticky. We want the pig feet to be non-sticky, for lack of a better word. So let's go on to the next step. So I have a little draining basket that I'm going to put these pig feet in so they can continue to drain. Looks like that's all of it. So we'll go over to the sink and I'm going to wash them off. And once again, the purpose of washing them off is to get a lot of that gelatinous juice off of it so that they won't be sticky. I'm going to continue doing this, and then I'm going to come back and we'll get on with this process. Be nice and tender, but not fall off the bone. What I have here is a measuring cup, a filter, and a piece of cheesecloth. And what I'm going to do is take my brining liquid, my pickling liquid, and I'm going to filter it into the cup. Now I'm doing that and into this cheesecloth because I want to keep these solids that are in here because I don't want them floating around in my pickling liquid. But by having it in cheesecloth, I can still utilize some of those flavors in there without having all of the particulate matter in there. So I'll separate that out in a little bit, but I'll show you. This is my pickling liquid, and I'm going to let that cool off, and that's what's going to be poured over the pig feet. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to mix the onion and carrot mixture with my pig feet, just to give them evenly distributed. Just a matter of getting down in there and moving it all around. Remember, these pig feet, after I finish cooking them, they are fork tender. I rinse them a number of times to make sure I got a lot of that gelatinous coating off of them. Okay, then I'm going to transfer them both back to this bowl and see how we fit. I'm going to store them in this container. And I'll see if I did my measurements right to assure that I have enough liquid to cover. Uh-oh, as I spill some off by some. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make more. Thank goodness I still have my pouch of my seasonings here, and I'm gonna use that to make more vinegar and water mixture, 50-50, to finish covering all these so that I continue the pickling process. I processed some additional brine pickling broth, and I added it to better cover the pig feet. And I know that as the onions and stuff stay in the liquid a while, they're going to release some more juices and stuff, and I'm just going to have to watch my water level to make sure that these pieces here get adequately pickled. So I'm going to rotate it as the days go on. But it's looking good. My brine liquid tastes good. Got all sorts of flavors in it. And there we have it. Pickled pig feet. It's going to take these pig feet about 2 to 3 days to get pickled. So we won't be able to do a taste test on them for that number of days. But I'll bring you back and let you know how we did.